Right, it's race day. It's the Frampton 10K. It's my first road race since marathon season, since Manchester and Newport marathons. And yeah, just a fun road race, local race to me. So a chance to test myself, have a bit of fun. What I do is I categorize races. You've got your A-goal races, you've got some races where you can really go for a good time, and then you've got other races which you know you're not going to run particularly fast, even relative to the shape you're in. So this is, I wouldn't run, I'm not in shape to run fast anyway, but if I was in good shape to run fast, I wouldn't be running a PB on this course. So for me, these sorts of races are about just racing the people around you, having fun, just remembering it's a sport and we do this because we enjoy it. So there's no pressure on splits, just push hard and try and beat everyone I can. Where that leaves me, I don't know. But if there's someone up ahead, hopefully I'll be able to chase them down. And yeah, just trying to get into that racing competitive mentality. Course has got a bit of a hill at mile 2, I hear. Did watch Andy's vlog from last year because he did it. So that was good, like course recce before it came out. Yeah, looking forward to it. It's a cloudy but warmish evening. Just your normal British summer evening, really. And in a bit of a rush. I've got my bib already, I think. I'm going to take the camera on the cap. Haven't done this in ages, so might mess it up. But yeah, I'm going to try and film some of the footage of the race. And yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm just going to have my caffeine pill now, wash that down with some water, jog over to the start line and give it a good crack. Andy's out there as well. He'll be racing. He's been faster than me in the last few sessions, so he should beat me today. But whether he does, I certainly won't let him. I'm very competitive, so I'll certainly try and hold him off. But we shall see. That'll be a good little battle out on the course. And yeah, nothing much else to say except for it's race day. I'm excited. Let's go. Oh, yeah, actually, the other thing I could say is this is my first road race, but I did race the Welsh 5,000 metre champs on the track and ran, what did I run? Like 15:48 maybe, which I was surprised by. I thought that was a good step in the right direction for my fitness. And then I did a park run on the weekend and ran 15:52. So that's roughly the shape I'm in. But this race, like I said, isn't about times, and it's more just about having fun, racing, being tactical, and then just pushing hard towards the end. So yeah, better get over to the course and give it a good go. So very short warm up, a few strides, a few drills, and we're going in a few minutes, maybe like 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah, looking forward to this. It's one of those like country lane races, nice local country lane, nice all the villagers out sort of thing. I really like that type of vibe for a race. So yeah, seen some fast boys here, so do I get carried away? I don't know. I'm racing, so it doesn't really matter about time, so I guess if I feel like I've got that in me, I'll try and go with it, but I have to settle into what is the right effort when I get out there, especially on that hill. I'm really bad at hills. Right, before we dive into the Frampton 10K race footage, I quickly want to explain how this race edit is going to work. I've been really lucky to get 3 different POV angles of the race. So I had a camera on my cap, Andy, the FOD runner, also had a camera on his cap, and I've been very lucky to get the footage also from the guy I was battling with, the Western Tempo runner, Max, who was also wearing a camera on his head. So I'm going to do a bit of commentary over the race so you know what was happening, but yeah, look out for the different 3 angles and the heavy breathing that comes with each. So the race started and no one took it out particularly hard, so I was happy to sit at the front of the grid, settle into a nice rhythm and try and control the pace. I felt really good at the front of the pack and no one was really pushing the pace, which suited me, so I didn't feel like I was on my limit, but I knew that the hill was coming at about mile 2. At the slightest inkling of an incline, runners started to pass me. I'm not quite sure why I'm so bad at going uphill. I just try and hold the same effort, but other runners seem to be stronger and pass me when we go up the hill. It's quite shocking really, considering I do so many of my runs on hilly terrain on the trails, but that's how it is. I don't know if it's my power to weight ratio or something else, but I dropped back a few places as we started to climb. By the time we hit the top of the hill, I was in 6th place. I could see 3 runners not too far ahead, but the front 2 runners had significantly gapped the rest of us. I feel like downhill running is one of my strengths, and as soon as we started to go downhill, I caught up with the 3 runners ahead and went straight past them. It was still early in the race and we had a long way left to go. The 2 runners from behind caught me up, and for the next few kilometers we were alternating who was at the front. I didn't necessarily want to push the pace on because I felt like I was really starting to hurt, and it got to a point at about 7 kilometers where I was breaking it up in my head, 1 kilometer at a time, just trying to stick with the group. I know I can finish quite strongly, so I was hoping it would come down to a sprint finish, but just after 9 kilometers, both runners passed me on the slightest of inclines as we went over a bridge back towards the village. I couldn't respond, and it was frustrating letting the runners go up the road. I tried to keep the gap as small as possible, knowing that as soon as we were in range of the finish, I would give everything in a sprint.
Well done, mate. Oh my god. Well done, mate. Well done, pal. Really nice. Timed that perfectly. Fuck. Well done, mate. Yeah. Sorry about that, that's a cruel way.
Nah, that's alright, mate. I knew I had to do it. I was like, oh shit, he's fast, I knew that. You won now? That was absolutely savage. Oh, that's so much fun. Well done, Andy.
Oh, that was a lot of fun, but so difficult. It's good to throw myself in the deep end, reminding myself what it's like to race, what it's like to just hang on to a group and just give it everything. A little sprint finish to get 1 place further up towards the end. And yeah, just a brutally hard race, but just exactly what I needed, I think. It's given me loads of motivation to just get out there, train, put the miles in, and hopefully come back to an event like this and do a little bit better, push a bit harder, and finish a bit closer to the top. So yeah, that was good. And now, I don't know what's now actually. Andy, I'll try and catch up with Andy in a bit and see how his race went. He went with the group, which was what I think he should have done. He stayed with the group until the hill, and then he faded a little bit, but still a really solid run from him. Hello. How was that? Oh, you went with it! You went with the group!
We gave it a go. Do you know what? Honestly, it felt really good for the first 2 miles. I really did. I felt, I was just positively trying to tell myself, you belong here. And it just felt good. My heart rate was all right, but you that hill, got to the top of the hill, and I was about 10 metres behind you, and I couldn't make it up from there. I held on, sort of kept you in eyesight until mile 4, and as you know, at mile 4 it just creeps up a little bit lumpy, and that was it. That was me gone, but it was good to give it a go.
It was nice to see you in the pack. I thought this is where you belong. I was gonna, if there was a bookies nearby, I need to way better. No, you look good. Yeah, that hill, that breaks up the pack.
Yeah, the pack's strung out at that point, so it's good fun to give it a go. And so I'm quite a conservative runner usually, so it's nice to. I'll tell you what it is. It's a different way of suffering. It really is. Those last 3 miles were tough, and I haven't seen my splits yet. I'm sure they were a nice positive up into the 5:30s, but the first couple of miles were good.
I think sometimes you've got to give yourself permission to, if you blow up, but you've got to give it a go. Because one of the times it'll stick.
Yeah.
And you'll have your dream race.
Yeah. We'll go again in Saucony London 10k in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well done, mate.
Cheers, Luke.
So, cool down done, back in the car. I'll do more of a debrief once I've looked through the splits. and analysed it a bit myself, but there's not really much to say. I just gave it everything. I raced hard, I struggled up the hills, but I was quick down the hills, which is always the way with me. But it's strange, really. I train in the forest and training on the hills all the time, but I'm just so weak in a race going uphill. I don't know if I just don't attack it enough, or if my power to weight ratio isn't that great, so it impacts me more going up than down or on the flats. But anyway, yeah, I got dropped by the group going up the hill, but tried to catch people up going down. And then a bunch of boys, I say a bunch, 2 lads sat on me until about 9k. We went past 9k, and then I knew they were going to come past me. And as soon as we hit another lump over the bridge, with only about 800 meters left, they went past me and I couldn't respond, which was really frustrating. But then I was able to get a bit of a sprint finish to catch one of them. So 4th place overall, really happy with the performance. Sub 33, which is really decent for where, well, based on the training I've been doing. I haven't done much training since I've come back from an injury. So to get 32 something today is really nice. It's pretty much in line with the 5k performances I've done on the track and park run. So yeah, things are coming back. Training is building. I'll get a nice training effect from this. And yeah, we keep on rolling.